Welcome to Peak Reader, the Children's Literacy Center tutoring program, and thanks for promising to make a difference in the life of a child. The objective of this video is to offer ideas, information, and suggestions about the tutoring process to help ensure you an enjoyable and productive experience. We'll be providing you an overview of the Peak Reader curriculum, as well as providing instruction tips and techniques to help you make effective use of your tutoring sessions with positive results. We'll also offer advice on setting realistic goals for your students' progress. Since we began in 1993, thousands have received tutoring through Children's Literacy Center programs. Best of all, an astounding 95% of those have realized marked improvement in their reading skills. Even if this is your first tutoring experience, don't be nervous. First, thanks to Peak Reader, there is no established agenda or schedule for your child's progress during tutoring, nor is there a standard level of improvement that your child is expected to attain. Instead, you'll be guiding your child's progress at his or her own pace using a proven set of instruction materials. So relax and enjoy yourself. You're about to make a powerful contribution to your child's future. Be sure to set up a schedule that offers your child tutoring 2 days a week for 45 minutes to an hour each session, and stick to it. While we depend on you to make the difference for your child, we also rely on an effective set of instructional tools to help you guide your child's progress. We believe that Peak Reader assessments and lessons are the best available. Geared to 1st through 3rd grade reading levels, Peak Reader 1 and 2 will be your blueprint for assessing, reviewing, and improving your students' skills. With 65 progressive lessons, you'll be able to find just the right starting point for your child's skill level. Once settled with your child, relax and make your first session an opportunity to have a little fun. This is important because in many cases, reading deficiencies can be rooted in a lack of self-confidence and students' inability to adequately express themselves in class. So be sure from the very beginning to project a positive attitude with strong eye contact and the desire to listen. This approach will help foster a productive and enjoyable tutoring experience that your child will look forward to each time. Together, you may choose to fill out the Getting to Know Your Student form located in the Peak Reader Resource section and the Student folder. This is simply a form requesting specific information about your child's interests and activities. This information can prove useful in the selection of books, games, and activities geared to your child's interests. With the interest survey completed, you may want to look ahead at a few of the many fun stories, activities, and word drills to further pique your child's interest and anticipation. This would also be a good time to pull out the Trail Guide, which will serve as your personal reference during your use of all Peak Reader lessons and activities. A good way to warm up for tutoring is to work on trail words. The trail word list is located towards the beginning of the Peak Reader. This is a list of high-frequency words that children need to recognize instantly to be successful readers. Have your child read through the trail word list until they miss 10 words. Make flashcards of the words they missed and practice them during your session warm-up. As needed, return to the trail words, replacing flashcards of words your student has mastered with new ones. You may also try some of the trail word activities located in the... Now it's time to begin your child's Peak Reader Trail Map. The Trail Map is designed to assess a child's specific skill deficiencies. Each child's assessment should begin with the short vowel list and work forward. The word in parentheses suggests how the letters in bold are pronounced. Have your child read each sound or blend from their list, while you mark either a plus for a successful pronunciation or a minus for any hesitation or difficulty. Keep going through the word list until 5 different skill lessons have been identified. After 5, stop the assessment and tell your child that you're ready to begin a skill lesson. Here's a brief excerpt from Ron's assessment of Kyle.
Okay, Kyle, let's begin with this word here.
Tam, fap, nib, lick, rin.
Good.
After 5 minuses, Ron will tell Kyle that they found an area to work on and will be proceeding to a Peak Reader skill lesson. From the trail map, if Kyle had misread Tam, you know he needs to work on short A, which corresponds to Level 1, Lesson 1. Turning to Level 1, Lesson 1, we can see that it contains story and skill activities. We're instructed to warm up by practicing 10 trail words. Then proceed to Let's Begin, which takes us to this skill lesson story called Short A, No Way. This particular story is written with words containing short A sounds to reinforce the skill Kyle needs to practice. These stories can be read either by the child and tutor alternating lines, or entirely by the tutor. As you finish a story, refer again to the Let's Begin section. There you'll be directed to several activities, including the Did You Understand section, where you'll ask comprehension questions in order to evaluate your child's understanding of the story. As you continue through the Let's Begin section, you'll notice 5 peak words. Work on these words as well as make peak word flashcards to use along with your trail word cards during future warm-up sessions. Moving on in the lesson, you'll see other self-guided activities related to that lesson's skill level called Try This, Write This, and Say This. When using an activity sheet, be sure to place it in your kit's dry erase sleeve so the sheet can be reused. As you move ahead, you'll notice that all Peak Reader lessons are presented in the same basic format, stories and exercises that become more challenging. If your child tires of a particular lesson exercise, mix up the activity by reading a story or playing a word game from the Peak Reader pouch. Here you'll find a variety of activities complete with instructions to help you keep your child's attention. As each skill lesson is completed to your satisfaction, you'll acknowledge your child's learning achievement by marking it on the Peak Skills map. We call this climbing the mountain, one lesson at a time. Here in review are a few suggestions to remember as you move through the Peak Reader assessments and lessons. Never rush through a lesson or progress beyond your student's ability level. On the other hand, don't dwell on or belabor a lesson that isn't clicking. Go to another game or activity to keep their attention. Keep it positive. Don't let your child get down or discouraged. Let them know that discovering a weakness is really success, something to improve upon. Encourage their reading at every opportunity, at school, at play, and especially at home. Remember, the goal is to help your child be a successful and confident reader. By using Peak Reader, you'll be able to assess existing reading abilities, identify deficiencies, and actively nurture improvement one step at a time. With your help and encouragement, each newly acquired skill will not only bolster your child's confidence, it will start them on a road to reading success that will last a lifetime. The preceding was made possible through a grant from the William H. Donner Foundation.